Alright guys, so this is my first tour of my poolrooms project. I didn't really have a script planned, but okay, Minecraft Cave Noise, cool. This is the hole so that you can actually spawn here. This is just temporary to place my stuff. And this button, I am working on the instant teleports. But anyway, yeah, I guess I'll get started. I've been working on this project for like I don't know, like 2 months or so, I would say. And so at the beginning of the project, I didn't really have much planned. I was kind of just starting off small and stuff. So a lot of the first rooms are boring and stuff. But you'll see later that it gets more exciting. This is meant to be like a sort of sewer, and I believe we're coming up on the first big room. Yeah. So this one, again, this was one of the first ones that I built, of course. I really just placed stuff wherever. Didn't really have much of a direction here. I just did what I did until it looked good, you know. But there's a lot of cool stuff in here. I started trying to make a bunch of new stuff after I built this, because this introduces a lot of stuff. But yeah, so you'll never know where that goes. Here's the next part. Little sort of mod design. Let's see where that water sound is coming from in a second. And then, oh yeah, this part, this part was actually way more challenging to build than you would think. Because it's, all of this stuff is stairs, which also explains the lighting issue. I don't even know if that'll be visible on the thing. So I don't know why I built this little part. And then this little thing doesn't actually go anywhere. And then here, this is like the first time I've ever built like a cave like this. It was actually very challenging. So yeah. Also the water sounds is because I put water up there so there would be dripping. Like an actual natural cave, you know? These holes don't actually go anywhere, at least not yet. They might in the future. And this server part is super long for no reason. Well, actually not for no reason, it's like a sort of transitional point, you know? And then, what else do I talk about? I think I already said this, but like, later you'll see a lot of much larger things. Oh yeah, and then we come up on the big room again. And then we'll actually come across this room later. I'll pan around, sort of. Okay, and then just a dark glass stuff, whatever. And then we have this little room. I have to go, catch my breath. We go into here, this little vent sort of thing, which you can just barely make through in one breath. And then we got like a larger sort of sewer, or I guess almost like a subway. I don't really wasn't really going for anything in particular here. I just, built that. And you'll never know where that goes. Can't even get through it. It's cut off by copper. And copper bars. I actually need to fix that. Because I built this before I got the Copper Age update. And oxidized copper would look good there. And then this is like one of the only dark, smaller rooms that I have. It's just a bunch of like pillars and stuff. As you can see, I don't even know why I'm pointing out when you can actually see it. And then upcoming here we have, I believe this is part with the parkour course. Yes, it is. So this is the first parkour course of it. This parkour maze is completely optional. On the other side is a staircase. It leads to the next section. So yeah, you don't have to do this parkour course. I'm gonna do it. And if I fail, then I'll just go to the staircase. But this part actually took way longer to build than you would think because I accidentally put it. So this part took way longer than you would think because I actually had to think about the positioning and everything, and there were a lot of points where I accidentally messed up, and like this just says that way. There are a lot of points where I actually, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. There are a lot of points where I didn't know where to put something because it would be possible to get there as like a shortcut, but I eventually got it. And then this part, it's like a sewer. Again, a sewer, but like even larger this time. And then we got these stairs. I'm just gonna skip the stairs. It's got the waterfall. And what's the next part? Oh yeah, I think the next part is the friggin' sunken ship part. Yeah. This part was also challenging to make because if you look closely, you can actually see it goes down by 1.5 blocks each instead of like 1 block or 2 blocks each. And then you have to go through here. What else should I say? Just to keep myself talking. As far as dark, yeah. And then this part, I actually need to make like more lore for this part. I want to, but I haven't yet. The part with like I miss him in bed and stuff, and then this is just like a sort of bathroom. Not much else in there. Actually, not anything else in there. I don't know why I said not much else. And then we have a staircase up here, which was kind of very difficult to design. I didn't put any fences here. Now we have a bridge to the next part, which is a prison with a lot of layers. And I will show that right now. A lot of layers. I think 12, if I remember correctly. It's very tall. I'm not going to be doing any editing on this, so I'm not going to speed this up, but you are welcome to speed it up if you want to. As I fail it. Okay. Come on. Get to the top. One more. Yes. You can kind of look down. And then you have to go all the way around. Get to this side. Level view right here. And then you go yoink and wee. I did not use the fill command at all for like... Wait, I need to talk about this room. Okay. This room, I believe, is about 100... I think this is 100 blocks long. Pretty sure, yeah. And on this side is a house. I mean, on the other side is a house. You know what I mean. And I put barrier blocks up here, so you could get to it quicker by jumping. I did not use the /fill command or world edit for like any of this up until like more recently. And then we have this, okay, I need to slow down. And then we have this sort of house again. Okay, so I did not use the /fill command until more recently. And then we have this copper part, just moving to copper. This part was pretty fun to make. That does not go anywhere. Just like everything else, really. And I made it so you can't really get through those. Did I already say this part was fun to make? Yeah, I did. I don't know what else to say about this part. You can't get through any of these. There's like copper bars. And then we go down. And there's a little vent. And this little part, I don't know why I made this part. It's already the only part where there's like a little invisible, like sort of invisible maze sort of thing. You'll see what I mean. So you're up here, but you have to follow the blocks down there to get over it. I think it's because I was really just like really experimenting with barrier blocks. And then this part, you have to open this and go down. Yes, close it. Okay. And then you go through here. And you go through that little thing. I am going to start drowning a little, but I'll make it through. This one is even longer than the one with the dark prismarine. I know, okay. And I don't know what else to say about this part. I intentionally built it to be like really compact. Almost to give like the illusion that it's sort of non-Euclidean geometry. And then we have another one of these little parts. I really need to start making more rooms like this that aren't square or rectangle shaped. And then we go through here. And then up to here. And then down here. This one is not as long. And then up here to this another little prison thing. This one took much longer than you would think, mainly because of all these pillars. I could not use the /fill command at all here. And I have not actually at this point yet. And so we're going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Then we go through this way to a city. Well, not a city, like a mini city. It's still very cool. This one also took quite a bit of time because I also did not use the /fill command on this one. Also here, these are just light blocks. Same with all the lighting around here. It's kind of meant to look like a city at night. So yeah, and also we're on a bridge right now, if you can tell. So we go down here, barrier blocks so you can't get over there yet. This says tip, look for a basement. which is exactly what you have to do. I know where it is because I built it. But yeah, this took a really long time to do. Maybe I'll go more slowly. Actually no, because I don't know what to say. So then we have a basement here. I guess something now to say is that I plan on making more paths instead of just it being entirely linear. Oh yeah, I need to get rid of this part that says that this is all I have so far, because it isn't. Also, I don't know why I built this wooden part, which is like super short. Actually, it's not that short. Pretty short though. Yeah, this is not all I have. This is not all I have made from like a month ago. And we have this part. It's shaped kind of like a, I don't know what to call it, like a sort of sideways diamond. There's actually nothing in this room, in these rooms, except for these torches. So, yeah, we just go up to this one. Then we go up to the last floor. And then this part you can speed up. It's a very long staircase. Well, actually, not this part. Because we have a classic castle. I built this kind of for like the nostalgia factor, because this is the, if anyone here doesn't know, this is the original design for the castle. For villagers. I actually think, is this design still used? I think it might be. And yeah, there's nothing in here. But yeah. I just put that for like the nostalgia thing, you know? And then this part you can speed up because it's a bunch of climbing just for the transition. Actually, it's not a bunch of climbing. I lied. This part, oh yeah, this room. This room is the first room that I actually did use World Edit on. Because what you're looking at here is only just a tiny part of it. You can, I don't know if you can see up there. Might not be visible on the video. But up there you can see stuff. Because this room is actually 100 by 100 by 100 blocks. Which would take forever to build without World Edit. Nothing on this part. But yeah. There's a bunch of other stuff in here too. You'll see. Okay, come on, go through. Okay. You can probably see stuff more clearly now. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Then we go down to yet another house. Well, not yet another, just another house, because it's the second house. And there's nothing in this one. But we go through the back on the second floor and go down to this foot apart. There's nothing in these rooms, just empty rooms. Because that's the pool rooms, you know. But on the last door there is. You go through here and then go to a super long staircase. And I don't know what to talk about while I'm climbing. Yip yap, yip yap, yip yap. I'm Mr. Yapper. I don't know what I'm saying. It's 12:30 a.m. I know. Okay, right there. This is one of my favorite parts. Over here we have a vertical skyscraper, we'll get to that. And then here we have an entire cruise ship, which all the rooms are empty, of course. I'll do a full tour of that, even though I don't have to. And then over on that side is a little neighborhood sort of thing. And we start in the basement, which is quite complex. I don't know what else to say. Loki, why do they have to make the warped wood noises sound weird? It's still wood, just warped. It doesn't have to sound weird. But these are just a bunch of little tiny rooms that I built, connected by random hallways. And we're up on the deck, finally. You cannot see the neighborhood from here, but you can from this room. We'll get to the neighborhood eventually. Also, all the other rooms. And yeah, all these rooms are empty. Because that's like the whole pool room's vibe. Or just like the backgrounds in general, usually. I'm going up to show you the roof. It's not that way, it's this way. Oh, I left that door open. You get a more clear view of this skyscraper, which has a bunch of parkour courses in it, by the way. Paul gets that. We got a little pool. Did I just see something? I don't think you did. And just a little sort of viewing deck here. I don't know what I started going for here. Another view of the little neighborhood. Yes, I already did. I already said that. Alright, let's go back. Wait, hang on. I didn't show. Oh god, get me out. I did not show you the ceiling yet. The ceiling. This took a while. A really long time. But anyway, let's go back. Down. And into the front. That was the wrong way. Whoops. Guys, am I a professional yapper? I bet I am. Not rapper, yapper. Okay, so we go over here to the skyscraper. And as you can see, there's a bunch of parkour courses. I'll do just this one, just show you that they're actually all possible. And yeah, I'll go through all of them. I kind of got lazy with this after like the first two. But yeah. Then we go through the rest of the skyscraper. Can you even call this a skyscraper? Yeah, you probably can. Because it's 98 blocks long, I think. I don't know, can you go it? It's not that tall, but like it's long. Can you call it a skyscraper? I don't know. But yeah, we're going up to the little spiral roof. It was tricky, but also fun to make. Also very aesthetic. Okay, I gotta be careful. I don't want to fall. There are doors on some of the sides, but they don't actually lead anywhere. Actually, this might be the wrong door. No, it's not. I lied. It's the right door. God, that is actually scary. Oh, that's actually scary. I did not remember making that scary. I don't know why. I think it's because it's because they were just introduced. But when I made this, I decided to put shelves there just to make the hallway thinner. Yeah, we're finally at the neighborhood. So here we actually had to go down the street to the third one to the right, I believe. It might have been the fourth. Nope, that's the third. And then we get a super tall drop. Whee! And the little parkour course. This course is actually required, but I made it pretty easy. And then we get doors. I do remember the general location of where the way out is. Yep, got it. Okay. I was kind of starting to run out of ideas, so I just made that room. And then we go down here through yet another vent. This one is short. And then we get to the chapel. I don't know if I should call it a chapel, cathedral, or a church. I think I'll call it a church, just because it's kind of that size. I'm just gonna look around a little more. This took a really long time to make, because I hadn't really made anything like this before. But it was fun to make. I actually originally meant for this to be in like a room with like a super complex roof. But then when I started making the roof, I realized I liked the design as like a sort of church design, so then I continued that. But yeah, it's pretty fun. And then this is where we go next, down to this room. So I was never gonna make this room. It's like the most boring room that I've ever made. Oh, get up, damn, get up. Okay, damn. Oh yeah, now we're back here. Towards the beginning. So, and then we get to, what's the next room? Oh yeah, my scale model solar system. So yeah, here is, I don't remember the freaking order of the planets. I think Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. There's the sun. I didn't make it 3D because it would be 401 blocks tall. Here you can go over there to see the moon from an accurate distance. And you can also walk the circumference of the sun. I will go this way because you'll actually be quite surprised by how far away the moon is, even on a scale model solar system like this. Also, if you're gonna tell, the other planets aren't an accurate distance. And here's the moon. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Yeah, this is, I'm not gonna do that because it's 400 blocks in diameter. Also on the other side, there's actually a secret path you can go that brings you 15% of the accurate distance to the sun. On the scale model, of course. But, yeah, let's go back. And we have stars up there. This room is actually 200 by 50 by 50, wait, 200 by 100 by 50 blocks in size. So we have Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, no, not Neptune, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. I'm actually going to go over to Pluto. It's funny, because of how small it is. Maybe I shouldn't be going over. Well, I'm already going over, so I'm just going to do it. Yes, you know, it's so tiny. Pluto is so tiny. This is all it is. It's just a button. Doesn't actually do anything. Pluto selfies. This is sad. But anyway, yeah, here's Uranus, Neptune. They're actually, I believe, yeah, they're the same size in this model. And then Saturn actually has a little pool up there. It was tricky figuring out a block palette for this, so I just went with these palettes. But yeah, then we go up here. It's at Saturn's rings in case you want to swim in it. Yes, you can swim in Saturn's rings. Yippee! And then we go continue up. Yeah. And then there's the sun again. Oh, I don't remember making this corridor. Oh, yes, I do. This is like the natural part. And then this 1 block tall structure that I made unnecessarily big. It also looks pretty cool with the dim lighting. I used light blocks in case you didn't know. I really only found out about that partway through the project. When I found out about it was when I made that city, the mini city. But yeah, the next part is over here. Almost there. There we go. And then more natural looking stuff. Pond up here. Can't even call it a pond. You probably can't. It's too small. And then this part with a ridiculously complex house. I was thinking kind of like that friggin' dimension from Demon Slayer when I made this wood part. You probably know what I'm talking about if you watch it. And this is part of this is just a house on top of an upside down house. And an upside down house on top of a normal house. And of course it's empty. And I'm getting a little too lazy with the interiors. And you go on barrier blocks to get up. Barrier blocks again. And you go up here. You go this way. I believe in... Oh, you'll see. You'll see. But I do think the next part is the last part, actually. If it is, and I'll say it's actually currently being built. but I have not finished it yet. Yep, it is. Okay, so we go way up. And I mean like way up. You are going to be astonished by the next part. Trust me. But again, it's a work in progress because I haven't finished the interior yet. But it is in fact a 200 something block tall skyscraper. Within a, not to mention it's within a 200 by 200 by 200 block room, which is the first room that I built that doesn't have a roof. And this design took so long to do, but it was actually really fun to make. Actually, no, it wasn't. Some of it was fun, some of it wasn't. I will go down, just show you. Yeah, it is very big. So big you can't even actually see the top of it. Yeah, that's all I had to show.